What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to North Lake Survivors. I'm Jonathan.
Zelda.
Alright, today, because last episode, I believe, you talked about Sims.
Yes,
Sims 4.
It's the greatest game ever.
So I went out for my birthday, bought myself RoboCop, and I was like, I'm going to play this. But you kept talking about Sims.
Yep.
So I downloaded it. It was a free game, and I was like, I'll play it for 5 minutes and then just spend the rest of the weekend, because I had a 4-day weekend playing RoboCop. I played Sims for a half hour, then played RoboCop, and then went back to Sims, and I've been playing it non-stop ever since.
Yeah,
I am obsessed with this damn game. It doesn't help that my job, I have 5 different licenses, and I forgot to renew one, so I legally can't work.
Okay, well, more time to play The Sims.
All I've been doing is watching. My mom got me Monk on DVD for my birthday, so I've been watching that and playing Sims non-stop.
Monk is a series?
Yeah, it's about a detective who's like anal and obsessive compulsive. It's really funny.
Okay.
But I've been obsessed with this game.
It's great.
And I apologize, because last episode I made fun of you for all your affairs.
I know, but the affairs are so fun because, you know, it's crazy.
I have, like, last time I counted, 33 kids.
Dang, you surpassed me. I just had triplets the other day.
So I wanted triplets. All I've had is twins. I've had a couple twins.
Yeah, I had triplets.
I've never had triplets in the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How did he do that?
I don't know. It's just chance.
Oh
Yeah.
So I want for this episode to talk about my story. I'm thinking of writing a book about my story because it's insane.
Your story's insane.
So I want to just dive into it. So I named my character after myself.
Yeah.
Jonathan Guts. And so it starts in the first little city. So when you get the game, it comes with 3 different cities that you can go to.
Yeah.
The third one, you have to make everything. I to this day still have not gone there, but I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to.
Your family's so big.
I had to change it. My game gets glitchy now because I had to change it to where there's unlimited Sims, because it starts you off at like 150 max, and I almost have 150 people in my family.
Oh my gosh.
There'd be no one to interact with anymore. So my story starts. Right? Sit back.
Okay.
And I buy a small, tiny house. Did you buy a house when you first started? Like a little house?
Yeah.
On that the little town, the little street? So there's this woman named Eliza Pancakes talking to some random guy.
I remember her.
So I try to talk to her. And she was talking to a guy, they were flirting.
Yeah.
And she ditches him to go talk to me. We hang out. I make a move. She goes home. She rejects me and goes home.
You.
So I'm like, all right. So I walk outside and I find the next girl I see. And I make a move. She rejects me and goes home.
Aww.
So the next day I call up Eliza and I'm like, let's go to a date. We go to the bookstore.
Yeah.
I make a move. She rejects me.
Aww.
So I hit on the librarian. By the time we're done, we're going on a date and we get married. One day we get married.
Yes.
It's insane how fast things move in this game.
I know.
But while we were still at the bookstore, Eliza started getting jealous.
Oh.
Real jealous,
Because you were technically on the date with Eliza.
Well, it wasn't a date, it was just a hangout. Because there's different options for a date and hangout.
Oh, okay.
You know that, right? Like,
I didn't know that because okay.
You've never asked someone on a date?
I had someone on a date.
Oh, but never through the phone.
Through the phone? Probably not.
So, where you probably go is invite someone over. If you go down one more, you can ask someone on a date.
Okay, but
you have to have some kind of relationship with them.
Well, I asked random people out on a date.
Yeah, but you can do it through your phone.
Okay.
Wherever you're at.
Okay.
And you can ask them on the date.
And then you can ask them out on a non-date, like a hangout?
You could travel with somebody.
Okay.
And that's what I did with Eliza, was I traveled with her.
So it wasn't a date?
It wasn't a date. So I started picking up this other girl, and then I asked her on a date. We got married.
Yeah.
And I moved into her house, and then I built a swimming pool. We had 3 kids. It was nice. But while everything was nice and hunky-dory, Eliza and that other girl that I made a move on and rejected me, both of these girls rejected me, started coming over to the house. And then I started having affairs with both of them.
They just randomly came over to the house.
They did! I didn't invite them over. They just showed up. And I was like...
Well, I think because you hadn't invited them to your group, right?
I still haven't invited anyone to my group.
Because when you invite them to your group, they come over.
Oh,
so that's weird.
I just built relationships with them, and so they just started coming over. And then somehow, is it hot in here, or is it just because I was outside walking? Might just because I was outside walking. Okay. I'm trying to walk more, get exercise. But so if I'm sweating, it's because I've been outside walking for like the past hour or so. Um, so I somehow deleted my front door.
Oh.
I don't know how I did that. Have you ever done that?
I've never deleted my front door, but there's been places where I've like tried to build stuff and I couldn't walk around and you get stuck. Like that's how I got my baby taken away because I couldn't get to her.
Yeah, I have a story like that.
And then CPS took her away.
My first daughter. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But I accidentally deleted my front door. So my mistresses wouldn't come over and my wife wouldn't come inside. But I didn't know what was going wrong because I have it so the view where you can see through the walls.
You can see through the walls. That's how I have it too.
So I didn't know there was a door missing.
Yeah.
And then my wife starts drowning and I couldn't get outside.
Oh, it's because she was in the pool?
She was in the pool and I guess she got too tired.
Oh
and she drowned and I couldn't get outside.
Oh, no.
And that's when I realized I'm missing a door because my lights got shut off. Oh. No one would come over. I couldn't get outside to rescue my wife. So I rebuilt the door, but the wife was dead.
She was dead, dang.
And then the other mistress didn't really come around, but Eliza came over like constantly. Mm-hmm. And so finally I convinced her to leave her husband. We got married and I moved in with her 2 kids, and her ex-husband. And he would end up watching all the kids.
Yeah.
My oldest son and her oldest daughter were about the same age, and my son would keep hitting on her, the daughter, and she would keep rejecting it.
Oh my gosh.
But Bob, that was her husband's name. He would he would watch the kids. And me and her would, we would have sex, and then he would walk in the room, just lower his head, and then walk out. And I felt so bad for this dude.
He wasn't angry, he was just sad?
He was just sad.
Because a lot of Sims, they would slap you in the face. Did you get that one?
I haven't been slapped in the face. I've slapped other people in the face, but no one has slapped me in the face. I've been
slapped in the face a few times when I've had affairs.
No one slapped... Well, I've only gotten caught like twice.
Wow.
I'm very slick with mine, especially as I've gotten vampire powers, which we'll get to. This game turns weird because now I have the power to put people to sleep.
Oh, that's what the vampires do.
You can customize your power set as you grow. So I can memorize people. I can put people to sleep. So now when I go have affairs, I just put the spouse to sleep, and then I'll go with their partner and then leave.
Wow. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I try to do it when the spouse is away.
Yeah.
So that they don't get mad or they don't know. So you can build a relationship.
So you can build a relationship, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't have any kids with Eliza because there were too many people in the house. You can only have 8 people in a house. Mm-hmm. We moved to a bigger house, but in order to do that, I sold all of Bob's house. I sold everything in Bob's house. I sold all the walls. What I love about this, though, is that I didn't sell the roof because I didn't know there was a ceiling and I didn't go all the way up. So now on the world map, it's just a floating roof.
Are you going to go back and sell it?
Eventually, yeah. I'll buy the property, sell it, and then build something new there. But yeah, right now on the map, it's just a floating roof.
That's funny.
we bought the house next to the Gothic house. Have you seen the Gothic house?
It's in the main...
In the main map, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted that house so bad. I loved that house. But I bought the house next to it because I couldn't afford that one.
Okay.
It's a pretty big house. Mm-hmm. And then I set Bob up with this girl. I forget her first name, but her last name was Patel.
Okay. Oh, I've seen her. Zoe Patel?
Zoe Patel.
Yeah.
So I set him up with Zoe Patel. Mm-hmm. I tried to hit on her. She rejected me. I was very sad. They got married. They had a baby, but there was no room for her to move in, so her and the baby moved in with her, stayed with her roommates. Mm-hmm. That's when I figured out how to split the household. Mm-hmm. So he took his 2 kids, Kendra and Shane, his wife and their newest daughter, and he moved to their own little house. Mm-hmm. But he would come over to visit a lot. And I caught him and my wife flirting.
Oh.
So I went to his house and I seduced his wife.
Oh my gosh.
Because you don't hit on my wife. Even if it is your ex-wife. Oh you don't do that. So I seduced her.
Wow.
We'll get back to this later because it gets dark. Their oldest daughter, Kendra, started dating the girl next door.
Okay.
So the Goth family, the ones in the giant black house, that kind of Addams Family-esque.
Yeah.
Their youngest daughter was a lesbian. She started dating Kendra.
Okay.
And so I went over there to check on my stepdaughter and her, new family. Mm-hmm. And I hit it off with the wife. We had an affair. Oh, my old mistress, not Eliza, but the second one, she would come to the house all the time, but I was raising 3 babies, plus Eliza's kids. There were so many people in the house. I just kind of stopped talking to her. And she would come by every once in a while, I think until she died. She hasn't been back for a long time now.
Wow.
But everyone else from that era of the game in my world is expired from old age, so she has to be dead.
Okay.
So when I got married to Eliza, I stopped the affair.
Okay.
And I didn't have an affair again until I caught her flirting with Bob.
Oh.
So then I seduced the lady next door. We had an affair. We got caught by her husband. Me and her husband sat down to talk about it. In the middle of the conversation, he stands up, kneels over, and the Grim Reaper shows up and takes him. He got so aggravated in our conversation that he died.
He had a cardiac explosion too.
Yes.
That's how my husband died.
I was like, what the fuck?
I know. I'm just like, what's happening? Are you actually dying? You're really dying?
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I kept having an affair with the goth chick. Now this part was very, very difficult to do. But my wife kept showing up outside the house. So then I invented this storyline. The goth girl would invite Eliza out to lunch. They became good friends. I built a basement in that house. I got her to invite Eliza down to the basement, and then I removed the stairs.
Wow.
So Eliza was trapped in the basement. It took me so long because every time I would switch to another family, Eliza would get out of the basement.
How did she get out of the basement?
I don't know.
That's weird.
But for a long time, Eliza was stuck in the basement. I then had a child with Bob's new wife, and he caught us making out. So he divorced her, took his kids, and he moved to the werewolf city. Because I bought some packs. One of them was the werewolf pack. He moved to the werewolf pack with the goal of becoming a werewolf so that he could kill me.
Oh.
That was his goal.
Okay.
My mistress was now raising my kid.
Yeah.
And the lady next door became friends with Eliza, buried her in there, convinced me to leave my spouse, and so we had kids. And this is how I lost my first daughter, because somehow she ended up in the basement with Eliza.
Oh no.
And there was no way to get down there.
No stairs.
So CPS took my first daughter.
Oh no.
Only 2 out of my 33 kids. I only lost 2 to CPS.
Oh,
that was the first one. The second one was we'll get to it a bit, but I then had to finally, I was like, I'm tired of Eliza being in the basement and having to put her down there every 5 minutes. So I removed everything from the basement, put her there, and just stayed with her until she died of starvation.
How long did it take to die of starvation?
Like a couple days.
Okay.
So my new wife murdered my mistress murdered my wife and then convinced me to marry her.
How did she murder her?
Well, in my story, she walked her down to the basement, then walked up and removed the ladder.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened. But I'm the one that orchestrated that because I wanted a new wife. At the same time, I found a cheat code for like money. You can give yourself $50,000. So my story is that the goths were millionaires.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about jobs anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, some of my characters have jobs, but really, everyone every time I want money, I just give them more money.
That's awesome.
So me and Eliza had a bunch of kids. We had like 4 kids, 4 or 5 kids. Then I married the goth. We had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And then I became a vampire. My son Xander married a vampire. Married the vampire kids. The goth oldest sons moved to the wizard place and got wizarding powers. And then the oldest daughter moved in next door. And then my wife died of old age.
Oh.
But I had gained this vampire power to basically send out a pheromone scent. And I found a woman who was attractive. I married her, seduced her with my vampire powers.
Yeah.
So my first 4 marriages, one was for love, one was for friendship, one was for money, and then one was because she was attractive. So I've been married 5 times in this game.
So do you get a divorce or you just like marry the
But up to this point, all of my wives had died.
Okay.
One by drowning, one by murder, one by old age.
Yeah, because I didn't know how that happened because I've only been married twice because of my ex-husband. He died.
Yeah.
And then I got married again, so I don't know if I needed to get a divorce.
If they're dead, no.
They're dead. You don't need to get
No.
divorced.
If they're dead, you don't need to.
Okay.
And you can have multiple girlfriends or boyfriends.
Yeah.
I have a lot of girlfriends. But I have powers. I have seduction powers.
Oh my God.
I literally have this thing called enchanting introduction where I'll sit next to someone and I'll throw flowers at them and instantly there's like that much flirtation between us.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, okay, I don't even have to say anything
You don't have to say anything.
So I built this massive house in the vampire town. It's huge. It's 2 stories. Has a massive pool. It has a courtyard. It has a Gothic style entrance. I have a tombstone up top that you can, if you're both vampires, you can have sex in the tombstone.
Oh. Okay.
If you're both vampires and have the ability to turn into a bat, you can have sex or even try for a baby as a bat.
What?
In front of people. Like, you'll just do it in front of people. You know how, like...
As a bat?
As a bat, yeah. Wow. They both turn into bats, and then they just fly around each other, little hearts coming out. You can have sex with bats in this game.
That's crazy.
It is wild. Bob died of old age.
Okay.
So Shane became a werewolf in his place. Okay. Becoming a werewolf is a pain in the ass. There's only one person who can turn you, and you have to befriend him. Luckily, Shane now has the power to turn other people into werewolves. Okay. So it's a lot easier for me. But for him, it was a pain in the ass.
Oh, wow.
But my one son became a wizard. I kind of, at this point in the game, I wasn't really dealing with a lot of the characters because I was just getting them married and moving them off because I didn't realize I could stop aging. So everyone was aging so damn fast. Yeah. Mainly because I was playing at like triple speed because I hate how slow they all walk.
Yeah, they do walk really slow.
So I picked some characters. And so one of my sons, his name was Frank, I made a wizard because I just thought it'd be cool. Yeah. And I wanted him to get married. And my current wife was a sorceress, so she could have this thing called infatuation, where she would cause 2 Sims to kiss. Okay. So she kept trying to get this girl to kiss my son. And they would kiss, and then she would lose interest in him. What? He was really, I guess he was very uncharismatic, which he is. Even with love potions, it's hard for women to like him.
Some characters are like that. They're just like, oh, I don't want this.
Yeah. He's very uncharismatic. My character's incredibly charismatic. Yeah. Even without magic, I can get people who hate me to like me. He's very, like, his charisma level is, like, off the charts. Because I that's all I've been doing is charming people the whole game. But he, after that stopped working, my wife started flirting with it. And my sim walked in and caught them. And this wasn't even me controlling it. They just started flirting. My sim, and they kissed. Okay. They kissed. My son kissed my wife. And I walked in on it. Wife. So then I went and I took the son. I took him to the wizarding world. And I made him like the ultimate wizard. And I got the love potion. I used it on the dad's wife. Put the dad in hibernation. Stole a bunch of his money. And then bought a house. And then had 2 kids, and then even an invincibility.
How do you steal their money?
Just when you move out, you take the money with you.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he screwed his dad over. Oh. And then he gave immortality to himself and all of his brothers. And 1 or 2 sisters that I had by that point. What I find interesting is that it only backfired on 1 sim. That I found out later was a vampire sim already because I was already a vampire. So they were already immortal. Yeah. So if a vampire ghost who drank an immortality potion that he didn't need.
He didn't need.
But I could bring him back, but I kind of like that he's a vampire ghost. Yeah. So I made rules that because he has 2 powers where if he sees a tombstone or an urn, he can summon the spirit. Okay. And then if I see a spirit, I can make them human again or sim again. I can bring them back from the dead. Bring them back from the dead. Yeah, okay. He has those powers.
That's cool.
That's how powerful that character has become.
Because in normal, you'd have to like have really high level and make a dish called ambrosia or something.
To bring him back to the life. Yeah. Yeah. Even to get Bob back as a playable character, this was before I had all the wizard stuff. His daughter, it took me forever to get their friendship level high enough to invite him to move in. Wow. That was a pain in the ass to invite because the ghosts leave whenever they want. Yeah. I've tried to get the Grim Reaper to move in, but he won't move in.
How do you get the Grim Reaper to
move in? I used the friendship potion on him, so we're like that now.
Whenever he pops up, you will use the friendship potion. Oh.
Yeah, but he won't.
You can summon him?
No, I wait until someone dies. Okay. But he won't, there's not an option to move in.
Yeah, because he's the Grim Reaper.
I would love to play as the Grim Reaper.
He only shows up when people die.
Well, he'll stay in my house for hours now. Oh. When someone dies, he'll just hang out. He'll make himself food. What? But he won't move in.
That's crazy.
So my guy woke up and he tried to seduce Eliza's ghost, but she hated him. Even with the perfume, she hated him.
She didn't like.
But her daughter fell for my guy with the perform, and her marriage was rocky. Like the romance bar was full, but the actual friendship was red.
Oh.
So I
that's
convinced her
weird.
to leave her wife. Well, the Goth family, which is where there's all of them, their traits are evil and mean.
Oh.
So they're just assholes.
So they're just mean.
Their
Okay.
whole family are
But they're
just
flirty, but they're mean.
They're flirty, but they're
Okay.
mean.
Okay.
So I convinced her to leave, and so I started having kids with her. So she had 3 kids with that marriage.
Yeah.
One was a science baby for her, one was a science baby for the other one, and then one was the adopted kid they
I haven't
adopted
done a
together.
science baby yet. So how long do those take?
Instantly.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I turned her into a vampire. I started turning all of my concubine into vampire so they wouldn't age.
Wow.
There was one house called the Kim Spencer house. That's the big house on the first map. I would go there, seduce one daughter, and then drink blood from everybody else.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
My son now lives in their house, and her brother, the last remaining people from that family, and all of our kids lives in a tiny little apartment. I moved them out.
Wow.
I took their house.
Well, it's a nice house.
And she has 5 of my kids, and I still moved her out of the house.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
She's
no,
like,
no.
nah, you need to get out.
Raise my kids over here.
Yeah.
My important sons. That's my werewolf
Oh
son.
my gosh.
I only have one werewolf son. Well, Shane's my stepson. So Frank, though, when he got the powers, he brought back Elijah, who's his mother, and he brought back the goth girl because she helped raise him. And I turned the goth girl into I turned Elijah and the goth girl both into vampires.
Okay.
But I reseduced Elijah. Well, I actually reseduced both of them and my wife that he stole using potions.
Yeah.
But then I remarried Elijah and left the others to their own devices. Frank divorced the wife that he stole from me because she became elderly. And he kept taking rejuvenation potions. So even though he should be an adult, he stayed young.
Still young. Okay.
But eventually, the rejuvenation potion backfired, and he skipped from young adult to elderly.
Oh no.
It just it had the inverse effect.
No.
And his wizard son, who he was trained to be like him, also had an inverse effect on the immortality potion and became a wizard ghost. So sometimes the potions backfire.
Dang.
I just need a werewolf ghost and I'll be happy.
Oh wow.
So he then he went to a gym, found the most attractive girl in the gym,
Yeah.
and seduced her, and now that's his new wife. Because he just puts love potions on everybody.
Everybody.
He's just like, here's a love potion for you. For a while, when I was playing all the aging up at the same time, I didn't have time to enter into romances for people, so I just sent 4 young adults to his house at a time, and he would give them potions, and I would go out and marry them.
Jeez. So you basically the whole city is just yours.
Oh my! I have
bloodline.
33 kids.
Yeah.
And every bloodline, even if I'm not related to every character,
Yeah.
every character in some way, shape, or form is related to me.
It's related to
at
you.
least through marriage. Because 33 kids, and only 2 have lost. Because when my one mistress, Bob's ex-wife, died, they took our son. I didn't know she died. I didn't turn her into a vampire. I didn't know she died. So there was no one in the house, and he wasn't a teenager yet.
Yeah.
So they took him.
Okay.
And you can't ever get these kids back.
Nope, you can't. It sucks.
It does, because my first daughter, I would have spoiled her.
I know, my first kid. I was like, no. Because I didn't know, I was like, I don't know how. I wasn't able to walk to her, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you see a little bubble, and then.
That's how I felt when my wife was drowning. I was like, no! And I can't bring her back from the dead because I don't have her tombstone.
Oh, you don't have the urn?
Well, hers was a tombstone because she died outside, so it was a tombstone.
Oh, so if they die outside.
It's a tombstone. If they die inside, it's an urn.
Why didn't she have a tombstone?
I moved out of that house when I married Elijah.
Oh.
And
And the tombstone disappeared?
It sells everything when you move out of a house.
Oh, no.
So I don't have the tombstone, so I couldn't. Because I would bring back. I would leave
Yeah.
Elijah for it.
Aw.
I've actually thought about leaving Eliza for her daughter, but then I was like, no, Elijah and them are friends.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's I have grandkids,
Your
great
family
grandkids.
tree.
It's pretty insane, right?
Yeah.
My Sims life is wild. It's better than my real life. I'm way more successful.
I know, man.
But I showed you the maps.
Yes.
It's insane. Hold on, let me show you this. You can't see this at home, but I'm gonna show Zelda all my kids because it's insane. It's like
Because you can see your family tree.
you can see the family tree. It's insane. Like 33 children
Yeah.
from So my first stepson, my oldest stepson, after Shane's my oldest stepson, but from the Goth family, he married a witch, and then they had 2 daughters, and then he died of old age. So I went to that house, and I didn't know what to do.
It's a lot easier when you're a guy to have so many kids.
Oh, and also when you're immortal.
Yeah, because I try, and because it takes time when you're pregnant. It still takes like a few days to speed up time. But like I had 2 kids I had 1 kid with my first husband, and then I had another kid, and then I had the next time I got pregnant it was triplets, and I was like, dang.
Xander's daughters all got married within a day of each other, and by the time I got back around to them, all 3 of their husbands had died.
Dang.
And from one died from old age, one died from a fire. The other one died from embarrassment. Like, how do you die from embarrassment?
Wait, how do you die from embarrassment?
A lot of people in this game die from embarrassment.
Because a lot of times I'll walk in the bathroom. Is that how he died?
I wasn't there. It just, the urn says died from embarrassment. So all 3, I ended up bringing 2 of them back from the dead.
Because a lot of times, I only have 1 bathroom, so they block into each other all the time. Oh my goodness.
Like you're probably in 1 bathroom. I have whole towns.
Yeah, I only have 1 bathroom, so they're all walking in on each other, and they're all like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Do you guys not know how to knock?"
Why don't you get the money cheat?
How do you get the money cheat?
I just googled it.
Okay.
It's like money load.
Because I do need with 5 kids, you need more than 1 bathroom.
Where do you live?
I still live in the house because
The first house, the 1-bedroom house?
Yeah.
My God. My current house has like 7 bedrooms.
Dang. Yeah, I need to get that cheap.
And then again, you saw
I was the only one working. My husband wasn't working. He was just a stay-at-home dad. And
you hire a nanny service.
But I wasn't making that much money with 5 kids.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm rich.
Yeah.
So.
I need to look up the cheap money code so I can get another bathroom. My daughter is a pianist now, so she's making really good money. Like, she plays piano and she gets a lot of tips.
I was trying to train one of my granddaughters into being a pianist, but every time she would practice, she'd just be like,
She didn't like it.
So I was like, all right, fine. But her dad, who's elderly, but immortal, because the problem with the immortality potion, though, is they keep aging.
Yeah.
So, like, my 4th wife, she doesn't even have sex anymore. Like, you don't even know the option, because I guess she's just too old.
Oh my god.
So she now lives with her grandchildren raising their kids. She's like their living nanny. But he's now, even though he still works, he's taking up guitar. So
does he make money off the guitar?
Not yet. He's still in the practicing stage.
Okay.
But he's immortal. He's never gonna die.
Yeah, because my daughter, when she goes to the little club, she'll be playing piano and everybody comes around and just throws tips, and it's pretty cool.
His daughter started her fiance. Her boyfriend. They haven't got engaged yet. They met because she was telling jokes at the mic, and he just stood and started applauding.
Oh wow!
So then they started talking, and now they're dating.
That's awesome.
I'm very proud. Now that I can age each house individually, I'm actually playing as the characters again. Like when I first started, it's so much more fun. It's so much more fun actually controlling the characters and not just let me hurry and get everyone married.
Yeah.
I have 33 kids.
Dang.
And I don't know how the genetics work on some of these kids. Some of these kids are redheads.
Wow.
And some are just black.
Wow.
Everything in between.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know.
To be fair, I have a lot of different baby mamas.
Yeah.
So my oldest son, who was the wizard and married that other witch, they had 2 kids, 2 daughters, and then he died. I went there and seduced his widow and tried to have a baby with her, but she didn't get pregnant.
Oh.
By the time I got to the house again, she was elderly, so I still hooked up with her. Then I seduced both of her daughters and tried to get them pregnant. One got pregnant, one didn't.
Oh.
But then I would keep coming back there, and now the mother died. And there are like 4 or 5 kids in the house, all mine, between the 2 women.
Yeah.
And the one daughter, she was the last one to get pregnant. If you have a hot tub, do you have a hot tub?
No.
You can have sex in the hot tub.
Oh, that sounds cool. Wow.
So we hooked up in the hot tub to have a baby.
Okay.
Then I hooked up with her sister in the hot tub. She walked out, saw us, walked back in. But remember, all of these characters that my guy has, most of them, almost all of them, are enchants with love potions and friendship potions.
Okay.
So friendship is maxed out and romance is maxed out.
Dang.
And I have a bunch of extra potions, so if they ever hate me, I just take another swig.
Oh, gosh.
Plus, I also have vampire powers. I have several, where I have one where I can just project it. So everybody around me will either be friendly, sad, flirty, whatever I want them to be. Or I can shoot up a pheromone, and anyone around me would be attracted to me.
Okay.
And it's weird, because you know how some characters will talk to someone like, oh, their sexual preference doesn't allow them to date you?
Yeah.
Even those women will be in love with you, but they won't do anything with you.
Okay.
But they'll still flirt with you, which is weird. So she walked in, saw me having sex with her sister, and then walked in the house sad. I went in the house, asked her to have sex in the hot tub again. She did it.
She didn't.
Then she fell asleep. Then I had sex with her ghost mother in the hot tub while she was sleeping.
Can you have a ghost baby?
No, you can't have a ghost baby. I've tried. Can't do it. I've tried. I've definitely tried.
Because that's how I was trying to like seduce my dead husband.
You can have sex with a ghost,
but you can't have a ghost.
You can't have ghost babies. What I find weird is when my ghost vampire son drinks people's blood. And it's like, what do you?
What?
Oh, so you know the park? In the first world, the giant park?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I feel like originally it wasn't a residential place, but now it's a residential place. I kept the top part as a park, and Bob and his daughter, the one that I have children with, live underground in a massive giant house that I built under the entire park.
Wow.
So there's like massive rooms, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, game rooms, all underneath the park.
All underneath it?
They take a ladder that go down underneath, and then they have a giant, massive house with a giant park up top.
Wow.
It's
That's
pretty
insane.
cool. You gotta buy some of these expansion sets. The vampire one, I've gotten a lot of fun out of.
Yeah.
The wizard one's really cool. You can get familiars. That's how the dragon and the little.
What other types of packs are there?
Okay, so the ones that I bought was the castle expansion pack, which I got some cool stuff out of. It's not really worth it. All it does is let you, if you're building a house, have some castle stuff. Like arches and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was only $5. It wasn't really. I kind of like. I got some things I liked out of it, but it's like it wasn't really worth it. Vampire one's very fun. The werewolf one was annoying, but I like the town. And once you become a werewolf, it's very hard to max the werewolf stats out. Like the vampire stats and the wizard stats, really easy. Wizard stats, you just practice magic nonstop, and then you'll level up. Vampire. You could read, or you could just. I go to a bar and then just kill well, you don't kill them; they just pass out and then wake up. But I'll drink everyone in the bar. Everyone in the bar will hate me.
Yeah.
But then I'll just seduce them and do it all over again. It's awesome. You have to wait a while before you can drink. You can't drink blood from the same person twice. Within a set amount of time. You have to wait, but it's pretty fun. But the werewolf one, really, you're just howling or scratching at the ground.
Yeah.
And to get some abilities, like to control your transformation, you have to go a whole night without scaring anyone. Which is really hard, because it's hard to control your character when he's in a fury.
Yeah.
But once you get all that stuff maxed out, they have the best immortality.
Okay.
Like the wizard immortality, you just keep aging nonstop. And if the potion goes wrong, you become a ghost. But the cool thing is that ghost is instantly playable.
Okay.
So it's not like you have to befriend them and convince them to stay. They're instantly friend. Oh, so I said I could bring dead people back as live Sims. They don't go to your household though, so you have to invite them to move in. Okay. They just kind of become random people walking on the street. But the relationships stay.
Okay. That makes sense.
But then the vampire immortality, you don't age. But you can still be killed. Sunlight can kill you unless you get resistance. Garlic can make you very uncomfortable. There are things that can kill you. Werewolf immortality, apparently you're invincible. Nothing can harm you. So my stepson Shane, he can't die. Nothing can kill him.
No embarrassment.
Nothing. Apparently he's invincible. He has 4 kids. with a witch, and only one of the kids have the werewolf gene. The rest of them are witches.
Wow.
The witching gene is so prevalent.
So do the witches fly around on broomsticks?
You can buy them brooms.
That's awesome.
My wizard doesn't. He has a broom, but he doesn't travel by broom.
Okay.
He travels by teleporting.
Okay.
So I tell him to go somewhere, poof, he's there.
That's pretty good.
Like my vampire travels by mist. Like the bat, you see the bat flying, and the mist is boom, he's there.
Okay.
I like the teleportation stuff. Is so much better. What was I gonna say? So the werewolf one, it's a lot of work, but it might be worth getting.
Okay.
The witch one is definitely worth having.
Okay.
The love potions alone make the game so much more fun.
It will make it easier.
Yeah.
For people to fall in love with you, because it's tough. Like
some people don't want to.
Don't want to. Yeah.
And you could seduce anyone.
Oh man, yeah, that would make it so much easier.
There's a vampire power, like I said, that does it as well.
Yeah.
Man. The werewolf though has a flirt called snarl seductively.
And that works.
Yes. A lot of people in the game are scared of werewolves. People seem to be more scared of werewolves than vampires.
Okay, because werewolves are scary looking.
They're especially if they're transformed.
Yeah.
And then the other one I got was where you could rent apartments, and it's like this little village town. And it's really cool. That's where I found out you could have sex in a hot tub, because one of the bars has a hot tub, and I'll just routinely have sex with people in the hot tub and then kill everybody else in the bar.
Dang.
And you could buy rental properties and become a rental agent and rent out stuff.
See, I need to do that. That's how I can get some money.
Yes, those are the ones. Well, it's like $1 a day. It's not the rent's not high.
Oh.
But those are the ones that I have, and I really like them. I'm glad I bought them. But the next one I want to get is Sims Get to Work, because apparently you could work for the Space Center and put
You go to the moon?
a satellite on your thing, or you can also build a rocket ship and go to space.
That's awesome. I want to do that.
But you can only visit apparently one alien planet.
Okay. Oh my god, that's so cool though.
But you can get abducted by aliens, and if a male sim gets abducted by aliens, he'll come back pregnant.
Wow. Okay.
And then you'll have a baby alien, and
so
you can either.
Is an alien expansion pack?
Well, it's actually the Get to Work expansion
Get to Work?
pack.
Okay.
And you could raise the baby, or you could send the baby back to space. But obviously, I'm going to raise the baby.
Yeah.
And if two aliens have another baby, they'll have an alien baby. If they have and they look weird. They're like bald, blue-skinned, everything, and they have a bunch of powers.
Oh, wow.
If they mate with a human, they're blue, but they have hair and they have no powers.
Okay.
But I'm like, I want this. I want the aliens.
I want aliens.
And then there's another one I want called Cats and Dogs, where you can buy pets.
I know, I saw that one. I was like, I love cats, so I can get that one.
I'm shocked you don't have that one.
Yeah, that's the first one I was looking into getting, because I was like, man, I really love cats.
So how do you play? Like, is your character elderly yet, or?
No, because since I'm always pregnant, I guess that doesn't age you. And my husband's still not elderly. I guess because I'm not speeding up time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you're also not playing 24/7.
And like they go to school, and I'm actually trying to make them do good in school.
Oh, all of my kids were C students.
So like
every one of them.
When they get home, I try to make them do their homework and do like extra credit. So maybe that's why I'm like slow, because I want them to have good careers so I can get more money.
School was so not important to me that all 30 of my children were C students.
Yeah, my son is a B student, my daughter's an A student.
I didn't even know you could get their grades up. I just assumed. And it was weird too, because all of my kids had the genius trait. But they're all C students.
Yeah.
Work at school never mattered to me. Although my character was a chef and he was pretty high up, and then I realized I could be a writer, so I changed into writing.
So now I'm just trying to get the stats up so I can like kind of get more money. That's how I'm playing. I'm trying to build their stats up now. Oh. And then I want to start to have more affairs, because I have 5. I just had triplets, and they're still like toddlers. They're very
Become a vampire so your character doesn't age.
I'm not aging so far, but yeah, I guess.
Well, I also slowed down because I had it on normal, and I changed it down to longevity.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot longer to age up. Maybe you have longevity on too.
Probably. But I read that if you're pregnant, you don't age as fast. But as long as you stay pregnant, you're not gonna age.
So you're just constantly getting pregnant?
Yeah.
But how are you raising all the kids?
Well, now I need to buy another house, or maybe my daughter or my son.
No matter what house you have, you can only have 8 people in the house. So you'll have to start moving your kids out.
Yeah, I need my son to start finding someone. I need to hook him up with someone. Maybe Zoe Patel, because she's kind of cute.
That was one of my mistresses.
Yeah, so like I'm trying to marry him off now so he can get his own house, and then my daughter is still a teenager, so she's gonna be playing the piano, so hopefully she can get us some more money.
Yeah.
And hopefully she can get married off soon. So yeah.
Oh man, it's such a fun game though.
It is.
The rental place, most of the characters are Asian.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I just keep diversifying my family tree.
Oh
but
my
I want alien kids.
I want alien kids too.
That sounds so much fun. And I want to go to space.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Jonathan pregnant with an alien baby. I definitely want that. Because you noticed when I showed you all the map, I moved everyone out, so it's just me and my wife living in that house. I don't have any kids there.
No kids.
I was thinking of moving Bob in so he could see me and his ex-wife still. When I started dating his daughter, I made her live with him so that he could see. And she lives with him now, so that whenever I go hook up with her, he has to be there. He would, after we would have, me and his daughter would have sex, and then I would go take a shower, he would float into the restroom, and it would say, "This is really rude. Can you please stop doing this?" It would actually say that in the thing.
Say that. Oh, wow.
I was like, that's insane.
That's hilarious.
This game is so fun. There's a Star Wars pack where you can go to Star Wars and get aliens there, but those aliens aren't real aliens.
Do you see all the packs? You just go to the...
on the PlayStation Store, they're all there.
Okay.
PC, I'm sure you could just Google it. Or
I'll Google it. I definitely want to get the pets pack.
I think it's called Cats and Dogs.
Yeah, Cats and Dogs.
But you should get the supernatural ones.
Yeah. That sounds fun, too.
And then I want to get Big City Living as well.
What's that about?
It's basically, it looks like it's, from the picture, it looks like it's New York, but there's a lot more rental spaces and there's a lot more Sims packed in together.
So you're like in a busy city, basically.
Well, my thought process is there's a lot more, probably, space there for me to buy apartments, because as you can tell from my map, I own pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of my characters are immortal.
Yeah.
Like, I have a whole bunch of my kids from my first 3 marriages have all drank immortality serums.
They're all immortal.
So they won't die. And then a bunch of my kids, a huge swab of my family are vampires. So they won't even age out of young adulthood.
Oh, man.
So I started moving elderly people in with their grandkids just to be like a consolidated space, but I'm like, I'm out of room.
Jeez.
It helps when you have unlimited money.
Yeah.
It really helps, but I just have too much going on. Literally,
so you can use the cheat as many times as you want to keep getting more money?
Many. I usually start every house off with $500,000.
That's awesome. $500,000. Hey, I don't have to work out anymore with $500,000.
Some I still keep jobs just to give them things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they are, like, not doing something, they get kind of depressed.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, man, I don't have my hopes and dreams fulfilled. Or something like that.
Yeah. The Jonathan Sim, I don't know what his aspiration was, and I don't know how to change the aspirations. Let's probably figure that out, because
I don't know what mine is either. She's always going to work, and she's like, man, this is unfulfilling.
Yeah, he's always like, unfulfilled dreams, and I'm like, you have 33 kids, you've had 5 marriages, 2 of them are to the same woman, but still, 5 marriages, you have the biggest house in the game, the most expensive house in the game. You're immortal.
Still unfulfilled dreams.
You have like 13 girlfriends. Like half the women you're not related to who are playable characters, you have affairs with. Why are you unfulfilled?
Wow.
What more do you need?
What?
He also gets a retirement.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why he's unfulfilled.
I know, I can't figure that out.
I would love his life. Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to figure out how we can get their dreams fulfilled.
Yeah.
Figure that part out.
But I want the aliens. That's my next one I'm gonna buy.
I want to go to space. I just want to go to space.
So you're gonna get the get to work one?
Yeah, I really want to go to space.
You're gonna do that one first over the vampire?
I like space.
But you don't want to be immortal?
I do want to be immortal. Yeah.
Apparently there's another way to be immortal. You have to get this thing called a cow plant. I don't know how to get it, but one of my kids died by one of my kids' husbands died by a cow plant.
Cow plant?
And apparently, I read that if you get a cow plant, which apparently they're really hard to get. I haven't been able to figure it out how to do it yet. Without apparently one of the expansive packs, you could buy the seed. Oh. But if you get a cow plant and you feed it another sim, it will give you a berry that you eat and makes you immortal
feed
for
it another sim.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my god! I got so excited when I found that out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have one of my characters be a serial killer with a cow plant.
Oh my
because
God.
apparently, like every 4 days, you have to feed it, or every day you have to feed it another. You have to feed it every day, and every time you feed it a sim, I guess it makes you immortal for X amount of days. So you have to constantly feed it sims to keep your immortality up.
Oh wow!
But I'm like, oh, I would do that. I would make a sim who's just the serial killer.
Oh wow!
Because I've been trying to make a serial killer sim, and they won't let me kill people.
Yeah, I don't know how you can kill people in this game.
The only way I've ever had anyone kill anyone was my third wife killed my second wife, but I had to do all the work.
Because you had to destroy the
ladder.
Stairs,
Yeah.
The ladder. Yeah, other than that, I don't think you can, like, actually take a knife and be like, ah.
No, that would be fun, the serial killer pack.
Yeah.
I would play that. I would buy that one too.
Yeah.
Just go around killing sims.
I know there are some mods. Have you done the mods?
Well, just the money one, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of... Aren't the cheats kind of mods?
I think there are some mods, because there's like one that's called Whimsical... Devious Whimsical, where you're... the Sims are just kind of like doing like crazy stuff that are like X-rated apparently.
Oh no! Okay, I don't. I've done cheat. I've done only the money cheat. I haven't done any mods.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, like I saw it on TikTok and someone was like, I can't remember what it was called, Whimsical something.
Have you done any of these mods?
No, because I didn't know how to do it. Apparently you have to download it and just put it into like you have to download it and drag it into your settings or something.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think you would like the vampire one though. I have a power where I can enter any house in the game.
Oh.
So I could just walk into anybody's home.
Okay.
You don't even have to knock on the door. You just vampire entrance goes like this and you can walk in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The vampire one I think is the best one.
Because you can be immortal.
You're immortal.
Okay.
And it's not as hard to become immortal. You're instantly immortal, unlike the werewolf one where you have to jump through all these hoops.
Yeah, because I don't want my character to die.
Or the wizard immortal where you're still going to age.
Yeah.
Or potentially die immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what do you had to get when... Say you don't get the expansion packs and you keep playing. When your sim dies... Are you going to play as one of the kids, or are you going to start a new game?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Did you name your character after you?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good point. I don't want my character to die and then play with my kid. Yeah. That's true. I'll make myself immortal, and I'll make my kids immortal.
I do wish I made myself immortal before...
before you age?
Before I was elderly. But my dude still gets around. Like...
Oh my gosh. My Sims is so out of shape now after having 5 kids. How do you fix that? Do you have to run?
It's really out of shape?
Yeah.
Like it got bigger?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I do feel like Elijah is out of shape compared to when I first started dating her, but she's also...
I started running, but I don't know. I haven't seen a difference yet. Maybe I need to run every day.
She had 4 kids in our first marriage, and the second time we got married, she's had 5 additional kids. And they're all vampires.
Wow.
I have too many vampire children that are never going to die. They're just taking up space. But her daughter, my mistress, has 5 kids by me, and she's always at the gym.
Yeah.
And she's still in shape.
Okay, I need to go to the gym then.
And she's always jogging as well.
Yeah, I've jogged maybe like once or twice, and I thought, oh, maybe if I jog once, she'll like lose some weight, but maybe I have to do it every day.
Yeah, probably every day.
Thing.
Like in real life, you jog once, it's not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything. Because she's really, really, really humongous now after having 6.
Really?
5. Yeah, 5 kids.
My character, I don't know, I showed you, he started off thin, now he has a giant belly. But he seduces everybody, so I'm like, fuck it, he doesn't need to be in shape.
Yeah, it still works for him.
He's the ultimate vampire.
Yeah.
He's gotten so I spent an hour having him just read books. So now he can literally make a cure for vampirism if he wants it.
Wow.
And I can trick people into drinking it. I can turn people from vampires back into humans.
Oh, you can? That's awesome.
My dude is the G in this game. It's insane. Oh, there's another one I want to get. What's the Tropic Island Resort? So it's basically like you go to Hawaii. Yeah,
What?
it's just a vacation spot
man.
game.
That
And I'm like, that
sounds
sounds fun.
cool.
And my dude has good sun resistance now. Plus, there's another potion I can drink that will make him invincible to the sunlight for 4 hours.
Okay.
So I could just have him make a couple of those, have him drink one, hang out at the beach, and then.
That sounds fun.
So I gotta start. I think I'm gonna once a month buy a new pack.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll be too expensive. They're like $30, $40. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy them all at once.
$30 each.
Most of them, yeah.
Okay.
But buy one a month.
Yeah. Not bad.
But the next one is definitely to get to work because I want those
Yeah.
alien babies.
Oh man.
Because that's all my family doesn't have. I have ghosts in my family. I have
I wonder
normal.
if you could build cities on another planet.
Apparently, you can only visit it, but you can stay there indefinitely. But I don't know if
Okay.
you can buy land there. Like the Wizarding World, you could buy houses there, but when you go to through the portal, you can't buy anything there.
Oh.
But you could buy potions and stuff, but you can't buy land.
Okay.
So I'm guessing. Excuse me. So I'm guessing that's how the alien planet is.
Probably.
You can visit, but you can't.
Can't live there.
Yeah. Excuse me. And then once the aliens come to Earth, like once you have an alien baby, they mate normally where the woman gets pregnant. But when you get abducted, it's only the men that get pregnant, which I find so weird.
Man, that's awesome.
But I want that one. That's the one that I'm like, oh, okay, I need that one.
Yeah.
If I had known about that, I would have got that one over the renting one. But I do really like the renting one.
Okay.
That's my favorite place to
But
kill
the
everybody.
renting one doesn't really give you a lot of money.
No, but it has the best bar.
Okay.
It has the best bar. And you can have sex in the hot tub while other people are
Oh,
there.
that sounds fun.
Yeah. So I do really like that part. The Sims is fun. This game is addicting.
It is. I'm so glad I got you into
You
it.
got me hooked on this damn game that is consuming my life.
It is amazing.
But my story is pretty wild, right?
It is. I can't believe you got your family tree has grown so much.
I have great grandchildren
That's amazing.
that are walking around now. Like not even babies, like they're crawling.
They're crawling.
It's insane.
Wow.
But I'm running out of people to meet and I'm running out of space to buy. So I definitely have to expand. I have to keep buying more stuff so that I keep having places to go.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
But yeah, this has been the Sim edition of North Lake Survivors.
Yeah.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Zelda.
Give us legends.
Give us more Sims.
More Sims. I'll co-sign that.